I'm Aarón Sánchez, and I'm gonna be making a great recipe for you guys. It's Aarón's Adobo. It's a spice rub. All the Latin cultures have their own renditions of what an adobo is. My adobo starts with some really beautiful, fragrant spices that I have a huge affinity for, okay? Now this is fennel seed. So I'm gonna take a nice pinch of these fennel seeds. Let's go to another super assertive spice, which is cumin, comino. Kind of smaller amount of the cumin seed. Here I have some mustard seed. Now I'm bonkers about mustard seed because I like that little bite and pepperiness that it brings. And then what we're gonna go ahead and do is bring some coriander seed to the party. I have a little bit of onion powder. Onion powder, old school. That's what I'm talking about. This is what you call paprika. You get some spicier, some smokier. This is kind of a really sort of entry-level pimentón or paprika. Here we have some garlic powder, no big deal. A little bit of that as well. Here is one of my favorite ingredients, Mexican oregano. This is something beautiful. What I like to do is just kind of mix it with my hands and really release those essential oils. All we're gonna simply do is toss in this bowl. So now that I have that, we're gonna get to the real heart and soul of this adobo, which is the chiles, right? If you go to South America, they're called ajís, A-J-I. Right here, I have some dried chipotle. So when you get your dried chiles and you purchase them for a purveyor, they should be pliable. They should not break when you crack them. Can I just work with a little paring knife, make it easy on yourself, open them up, and then just simply with the back of your paring knife, just kind of remove some of the seeds, okay? This next chile that I just absolutely am bonkers about is the chile ancho. Open this up. Now that we have our chiles done, they're gonna toast at different intervals. We have our spices here, put them in a smaller cast iron skillet, dry, nothing in it, and then we're gonna kind of distribute the chiles as well in a cast iron skillet. Toast these at medium-high heat. All those wonderful aromas are being released, and then I'm gonna visit over here with our spices. Now, these are gonna take a little bit less than the chiles. Oh, and the aroma is intoxicating. And now what I'm simply gonna do is puree them. And I'm gonna start with the chiles that have been toasted. And I wanna break them up kind of coarsely with my hand. Make sure I'm hearing that sound. That's really important. And you can see the ratio of this adobo. It is heavy on the dried chiles, very important. I'll go in simply with the spices that have been toasted beautifully. Qué rico. No puedo creer. It's all about blend. If I can tell you for one moment what I'm getting as far as the sensory overload of spices, a little bit sweet, a little bit toasty, almost coffee in nature, and the application has to be with something that needs big flavor, that doesn't have a lot of inherent flavor. So we're talking chicken, pork. The one thing I would steer away from is seafood. Here's one thing that we don't have in there, guys, salt. Why don't we have salt? It removes the moisture. Salt should always be added right before you go to cook. That's why teriyaki glazes suck. Get your grill hot and oil the product. That way, not only does it create a beautiful crust on the outside, but it helps that beautiful seasoning adhere. In this case, I'm gonna use some good olive oil. I'm a huge fan of Spanish olive oil. Go with the salt first. So some fresh cracked pepper. All right, let's bring this beautiful adobo to the party, okay? There's actually a beautiful art to seasoning. Sometimes cooks will put too much salt or too much black pepper and not distribute it, so there's a certain amount of finesse and grace. Don't let any of that go to waste, guys. Sit it like that. I like to let it sit for about half an hour, just for a moment, for all those beautiful spices and chiles to permeate the actual pork tenderloin. And then what we're gonna go ahead and do is go outside in my beautiful garden and grill, and we're gonna cook this bad boy.